my new setup at home, seeing if it all works. So hopefully you've had a good Christmas. Some of many moons ago, I would do these lives at 7 o'clock in the morning, and people said to me, "Dean, you're mad doing a 7 a.m. live." But I'm here and I'm doing it. So welcome everybody. I'm just testing this setup to see how it works. I'm basically streaming at Instagram and LinkedIn at the same time, so it's be like this. That's why. Um, how do we in 2024 make sure that we don't do batshit crazy stuff? So, for an example, I've done it a million times where I've gone off course and found myself doing stuff that doesn't matter, doesn't make a difference, isn't moving me forward, particularly in my business. So, I've done this million times, got distracted into things that don't matter, and end up basically creating more work for myself, more complexity in my life. And I did a post a few days ago and said, I'm absolutely done with this. There's enough money on the planet for the vast majority of people running businesses to do okay and do all right. So I've been reflecting on this whole purpose, and I did a poll a couple of days ago, and people literally said to me, "Dean, the reason I started my business was I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to do something completely different, and I wanted to feel like the work I was doing, because let's face it, we spend 40 years of our life or whatever investing into work. It needs to mean something. And so most of us started our businesses for that feeling of I'm making a difference. We're passionate about something, we believe in something, and we want to make that difference. So how do we make sure in 2024? How do we make sure in 2024? How do we make sure in 2024 we don't get blown off course and chasing the rainbow, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? And the older I've got, the more I'm focused on doing things that I like and I enjoy. And I'm not saying that it's completely possible to kind of do love, because you've got to make money and earn a living, but there are things within your business that you can choose to do and choose not to do, which will actually help you grow and thrive and prosper. One of the things that I've been guilty of, and I'm not going to be guilty of it in 2024, and I kicked it in 2023, is doing things because they need to be done, um, not really knowing whether they're going to make any difference whatsoever to where I want to be. So I have this plan for what I want to do in the next 10 or so years. And what I found was as I sat and looked at what I was doing day to day, the majority of what I was doing did not align, surprise, surprise, did not align with the 10-year things I was doing. So I looked at it and go, hang on a minute, I want X, I want Y, I want Z. What am I doing on a daily basis that actually gets me there? What are the things that are my preferences? What are the things that are going to keep me energized and focused? They're the things I should be doing. And this is pretty much common sense, but you'd be surprised when it comes to our business how batshit will actually go. So we'll start doing things and chasing things and changing our business and adapting our business because, well, that person over there, they're doing that, and look how well they're doing. Or, oh, so I've just read this blog, and the person over there says this. And what happens is we end up like a ship blown away with every, change of the wind and the trend. And what happens in all of that is our purpose, our meaning, the reason why we did all this, the reason why we started, got lost. And we get mired in confusion, we get indecisive, we get disillusioned, and then we think, well, what's the point? And so what happens, and I've seen this so many times, is people see somebody else saying this is what they should be doing, see this kind of instant success culture we've got at the moment, which is just absolute nonsense, really horrific. Um, that people are presenting how their world changed overnight. It's just not true. And the problem is, it's creating this kind of um, it's like gaslighting in one sense, because what it's doing is people are flaunting their success and telling people how easy it is, and it isn't easy. There's work, there's challenges, but it's flaunting how easy it is. And then you start to second guess what you're doing yourself. You start to go, well, if they're doing all of this and they're driving the flashy car and living the lifestyle and doing that stuff, maybe I'm doing it wrong. And um, I said this to somebody yesterday. Half the things you see online aren't true. Yeah, they're made up. Yeah. So when you see people, um, flashing the nice places that they've been to and all that stuff and how they're enjoying, that's like the smidgen of their lifestyle that we all have. They're just flaunting that in our faces, so it looks like they're normal. So social media and what you see on social media isn't a lot of social media is fake. It's made up. It's not real. Uh, so we can look at that and go, well, why aren't we getting that? Why should we be getting that? Why? And what happens is we start to chase things that aren't real. And one of the best pieces of advice, I'm only going to do a short little video today. One of the best pieces of advice I ever got was, and it's still a struggle today to actually implement. And I think you can only grow into this. The more that you are yourself, the more people buy into you and your views and your opinions and your way of thinking and your approach to things. The more people buy into you, the easier it is to build your business. Now, I've got a team of 30 people. I've got a team and I've got a brand and a business, but still to this day, a chunk of business comes into Maverick because of me. And it took me a long time to go, do you know what? I'm going to be absolutely myself, because I thought I had to do this, I had to do it a certain way. Why? Because of everybody else. What makes you is when you step out of all of what the people are saying and find yourself, matters to you, what you're passionate about, and actually talk about it. Now, I say, Dean, that kind of do what you love message doesn't necessarily work in every case. It probably doesn't. But you can when you come across the marketing of it. So if you're a business coach, if you're a consultant, if you're a marketing agency founder, if you're whatever, you are the biggest marketing asset you've got. And the more you align yourself and what you believe, what you stand for, who you are, your personality to the world, the more impact you get, the more resonance you get, because you connect with the way you think, the way you do things, the way you approach the world. And that's the biggest marketing asset you'll ever have. But what happens is a typical thing. We see this person doing this over here, and this person doing this over here, and this person. And so what we try and do is conform to them, because they must be making it successful. It must be working for them. So I should just do that. The problem is we will always be a lousy copy of somebody else. We'll be a lousy copy of somebody else. So using who you are, using what you stand for, what you're passionate about, is actually the key to unlocking everything. So as much as we can talk about algorithms, and in 2024, I am on a mission to tell people that their obsession with impressions and content means nothing if people are not getting who you are. If people are not buying into you, 10,000 impressions mean nothing. If people are not going, "I like the way that person talks. I like the way Dean is. I like his style. I like," if people are not buying into me, it's all for nothing. All for nothing. And I'm going to be telling people this because whilst I'm sat here going social selling, social selling, social selling, social media is not the all and end all of everything. It's a means to build the business. Yes, great. It's a mean to help you. It's a means to help you fulfill your purpose. Get clients who you can help, customers who you can help. You can add value. You can change the world, their world. So all that's brilliant. But it is just the channel. It is just the channel to connect with. More and more people are realizing that whilst I love social media, I love being on it. We are just joining a community that's owned by LinkedIn, Instagram, and they can change that. They can take that away from us. That can go in a night, an overnight. So it's a tool to help us connect with people. And one of the things I'm really, really passionate about encouraging you today, I'm going to shut up and leave you to your 2nd of January, is one of the most important things I want you to realize is people need to buy into you. That's what this thing is all about. It's about people buying into you. And yes, we can go broad and reach lots and lots of people. I had a coaching session, maybe somebody I really respect. I had some coaching work done in 2020. And I'm a kind of mission purpose person. I do things primarily because I want to make a difference. Money's nice and wonderful and fantastic, but I do it because I want to make a difference. And the coach, he said to me, he said, Dean, it's clear you're motivated by making a difference. It's a cause for you. So he went through a whole lot of processes with me and breaking down about how one of the issues I had is in trying to reach everybody. I was kind of stuck running my business. Um, so, so he talked to me about you need to build a private client business where you can make a difference to individuals, and then use other things to make a difference on that, and don't mix the two. Now, you might say I didn't say that exactly like that, but that's what I took away from it. In other words, I have my purpose where I make a difference to individuals, which is my business, and then my purpose where I make a difference to the masses or large audiences is completely different. And when we mix that together, we think, well, actually, I reached 8,000 people with that post, or 28,000, or 58,000, or 850,000 people with that post. But what we're doing there is building something that's quite shallow and broad. And to build a business, the fastest way to build a business is quite narrow. So you can build a very successful business having 200 connections on LinkedIn or 200 followers on Instagram. You don't need to go for the masses. Now, it's great if you get the masses. It's great if you get lots of volume and all that love and attention and brain chemicals. It's fantastic. But what I'm saying is that's not the key to success. Success starts with you being you, having a passion, having a plan, knowing what you believe, what you stand for, why you're in this, then going to social media and sharing that so people buy into you. And if 200 people buy into you, my God, you're going to have a fantastic year. 200 people buying into you will give you the most incredible year of your life. 200 people buying into you. So think about that. Really think about that. If maybe you've got 1,000 followers, maybe you've got, I don't know, 10,000 connections or 1,000 connections. 200 people seeing and going, I like this, I like what they're talking about. I'm into that as well. They're speaking my language. They understand where I'm coming from. They resonate. 200 people got that. It's flipping unstoppable. You would be absolutely unstoppable. So think about it, narrow and deep, and that will unlock the bigger stuff. But it has to come from inside out. It has to come from your passion, your personality, your beliefs. All of that stuff has to come out. So it makes you unique. It makes how you sell yourself, how you market yourself, how you deliver your services. It makes it all unique. Anyway, it's 20 past 7. I've took up enough of your time. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I appreciate every last one of you, the likes, the comments, the shares, all that wonderful stuff you do for me. Thank you so much. And I'm going to try and do more of these. I started it last year, fell out of it. I really enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it too. But have a great 2nd of January, and let's maybe see you tomorrow.